That's the one. That's the one.
Braden Yager comes up shorthanded, right wing. Yager shot! Scores! Yager bomb!
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center, where we're going over a 6-2 win for the Moose Jaw Warriors over the CHL's top-ranked team, the Seattle Thunderbirds, here tonight in downtown Moose Jaw. Big victory for the Warriors as they bounce back from last night's loss and do it in convincing fashion against the WHL's top team. Let's take a look at the game scoring summary. We got plenty to go through over here in the post-game show. We'll hear from Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary in just a bit. We're going to go over the game scoring summary, bringing you your out-of-town scoreboard as well as the 3 stars of the hockey game. Let's start with the scoring summary, and it starts with 4 straight goals in the first period for the Moose Jaw Warriors. That set the tone in this hockey game as they rolled early on. Josh Oakstra, 5th of the season at 5:34, got things started for the Warriors, and then just over 5 minutes later, Eric Ulrey scores his 10th of the season at the 11-minute mark. That made it 2-0 for Moose Jaw at that point. Then just about 3.5 minutes later, Atlee Calvert, his first of the night, 21st of the season. That came on the power play for the Moose Jaw Warriors and made it a 3-0 game at that point. And then late in the period, the Warriors add another goal from Robert Bacco to make it, that just came less than 30 seconds after, or just over 30 seconds after the Calvert goal, 7th of the season for Bacco. That made it 4-0 at that point. Jared Davidson gets his 20th of the season late in the period to make it a 4-1 game after one period of play. Then Warriors kept coming. Early in the second period, Ryder Korzak on the power play, his 14th of the season at 1:46 into the second period, and that made it a 5-1 game at that point. Warriors continued to press after that, and they got a goal after Grayson Sachin makes it a 5-2 game. Warriors answer back again. Atlee Calvert, 2nd of the night on the power play once again. His 22nd of the season, now leads the team in goals, does the Moose Jaw product, leading his hometown club. And I believe with those 2 goals and an assist, he has now passed his career high in points with half a season to go. So Atlee Calvert having quite the year and having quite the night. That was all the scoring for the Warriors and the Thunderbirds, and we went into the third period. Warriors clamped down, finished this one off, and skated to the big 6-2 win in front of a big crowd here at the Moose Jaw Event Center. Shots on goal in this hockey game, it was 17-9 after the first period, but then 14-14 in the second, and the Warriors outshoot Seattle 10-8 in the third period to seal the victory here tonight. Connor Unger, great again for the Warriors, making 37 saves in the victory as the Warriors pick up the win here tonight. The power play opportunities on the night, Moose Jaw's power play lethal, going 3 for 5 with the man advantage, while Seattle was 1 for 2 on the night with the power plays. So big night for the Warriors and a big win here over the Seattle Thunderbirds. This one it's got to feel pretty good for the team after a tough loss last night against Calgary. It was a tight game, but coaches and players not happy with how things played out in that game, come back with a big bounce back game here in this one tonight. Let's take a look at the 3 stars of the hockey game. It was all Moose Jaw in the 3 stars tonight. The 3rd star is Denton Matejchuk, the Warriors captain, had 3 assists in the game. He was really just driving the offense here tonight for the Warriors. He was your 3rd star of the game. 2nd star, Atlee Calvert, 2 goals, 3 points on the night. As I said, he's now leads the team with 22 goals on the year, has a career high 41 points this season. Atlee Calvert having a great year in his 19-year-old season for the Moose Jaw Warriors. And your first star of the hockey game with 4 assists, Braden Yager, is the first star here tonight. He is now just he is clicking and was making some beautiful passes, setting up Atlee Calvert on both his goals. Really great game from Braden Yager here tonight to get 4 assists, and he's your first star of the hockey game. So all Warriors in the 3 stars here tonight. We're hopefully catching up with Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary in just a bit, but we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back and hopefully have that interview as well as the out-of-town scoreboard next here on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
It's where co-workers gather for team lunches. It's where first dates feel a little less awkward. It's where friends are treated like family. It's the Mad Greek.
Thank you for 20 years of local love and support.
We can't wait for the next 20 years. We love Moose Jaw.
Dine in, take out, or delivery for the best ribs in town. Pizzas, pastas, and authentic Greek cuisine. It's the taste of tradition at the Mad Greek, 925 Main Street North, Moose Jaw.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center as we continue to recap the 6-2 win for the Warriors over the Seattle Thunderbirds here tonight. We're hoping to catch up with Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary in just a bit, but first let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. There's 8 other games happening in the WHL here tonight. It was a busy night around the league. Up in Prince Albert, the Raiders, with 2 goals in the third period, roll to a 6-2 win over the Brandon Wheat Kings here tonight. Sloan Stanek with a couple of goals for the Raiders in that one, and they knock off Brandon 6-2. In Saskatoon, the number 2 and number 3 teams in the Eastern Conference go head-to-head, and it's the number 3 team that comes out on top, the Blades, with a big home win over the Red Deer Rebels, beating them 6-2 here tonight. So that's a big victory for the Blades as they score 3 times in the second period to roll to that victory. Looks like Wong with a couple of goals in that game. In Medicine Hat, the Tigers hold on for a 4-3 win. Scored 3 in the first period. They hold on for the 4-3 win over the Swift Current Broncos. That game is actually, it's just after 2 periods. It's not a win yet. It's just after 2 periods. It's a tight game there in Medicine Hat. Other action tonight, the Edmonton Oil Kings are up 1-0 in Lethbridge. That game late in the second period. Moving over to the Western Conference, you have the Everett Silvertips and Prince George Cougars battling it out. Prince George scoring twice in the second period. They lead that one 2-1. That game going into the third period. The Tri-City Americans are up 4-3. They have scored twice in the first and second periods. They're up 4-3 on the Victoria Royals. That game also late in the second period. McMillan with a couple of goals in that game for Tri-City. Low Rock with a pair for Victoria as they battle there in Kennewick. In the first period in Kamloops, it is 1-1 between the Rockets and the Blazers in that big rivalry game between those 2 BC division rivals. They're tied at 1. That game late in the first period as well. And the Vancouver Giants up 1-0 on the Spokane Chiefs. That game also late in the first period there in Spokane. So the Giants up 1-0 on that game. So busy night around the WHL. Plenty of games happening. We'll keep you up to date. Or you can check out the final scores at WHL.ca after tonight's broadcast. Let's now head down to the Warriors locker room where I'm being joined by head coach Marc O'Leary after tonight's win. Oh, sorry, I thought we were going downstairs. Still not in for head coach Marc O'Leary. Let's talk about the big auction for the SpongeBob SquarePants jerseys. It was a big night, a big win, And those jerseys looked pretty great out there on the ice as the Warriors are auctioning those off, with all the funds going to support the Children's Miracle Network and the Jim Pattison, the Jim Pattison Children's Hospital. The auction will be happening throughout the next couple of days up until the January 16th at thecrushcan.com, so you can get your bids in there now. There's plenty of bids already happening on these jerseys, so it will be hotly contested over the next few days, I can imagine, as people try to get their bids in on these one-of-a-kind SpongeBob SquarePants jerseys. It's going to be a special auction. The top bid right now on all the jerseys, still on the Max Warner jersey at $501, while Braden Yager's is sitting at $260. So that's a bargain. If you've seen what some of the Braden Yager jerseys have gone for us this season, I think his Hockey Fights Cancer jerseys up over $2,000. So get your bids in on that Braden Yager jersey while you still can, and hopefully you can walk away with that one. The jerseys will be up for auction until January 16th at thecrushcan.com. And as I said, the money stays right here in the province at the Jim Pattison Children's Hospital. And it'll be a great cause for everyone with the money raised. So teams throughout the league doing the SpongeBob SquarePants, doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all different Nickelodeon nights throughout the season. We'll take a quick break again and hopefully catch up with Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary next here on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
It's where co-workers gather for team lunches. It's where first dates feel a little less awkward. It's where friends are treated like family. It's the Mad Greek.
Thank you for 20 years of local love and support.
We can't wait for the next 20 years. We love Moose Jaw.
Dine in, take out, or delivery for the best ribs in town. Pizzas, pastas, and authentic Greek cuisine. It's the taste of tradition at the Mad Greek, 925 Main Street North, Moose Jaw.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center, where we're going over the 6-2 win for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Let's now head down to the Warriors locker room, where I'm being joined by head coach Marc O'Leary after tonight's victory. Coach, probably a bit different feeling than last night. A big win over the CHL's top team. How does this one feel for the squad in the locker room?
Yeah, extremely proud of the group. I just thought we played with emotion tonight. We checked. We played on the right side of the puck, and we were rewarded with scoring opportunities, and our skill cashed in. I think that's the blueprint for us to continue to develop into a really good team here. But I just think start to finish, it was one of our best games of the year for sure.
Yeah, you start to finish. The start was really key. Get up 4-0 on Seattle and really put them on their heels. What led to that start? How did you guys come out of the gate so fast?
Well, it's one thing to have the start with the results, but I think it's what led to those results, and it's everything I mentioned, just playing the right way. We talk about our willingness to check, stick on puck, finishing on the right side of your man, and the races and battles. The races to climb above and the race back inside and stop inside, and then the battles for loose pucks along the walls and the 50-50 pucks. All those areas we were diligent and consistent in on the early going, and the result was the goals for.
Atlee Calvert, 2 goals, 3 points here tonight. He now leads the team in goals and has a career high in points. What has he done well this season to get that kind of results?
Well, I think for Atlee, if you look at even last year, he's a guy that oftentimes leads us in scoring chances because of where he goes to score goals. It can't always be off the rush and in open space. You have to be willing to go to the hard areas in front of the net, and then from there, winning second puck opportunities or loose pucks, whether it's in behind the net or scrambles in front. He plays with his nose connected to the ice, and he's willing to get there. And right now, it's paying off real big.
Consistency's been something this team strived for this year. How do you build off this win now, going into 4 games in 5 nights tomorrow or next week?
Well, I think it's just being honest in your evaluation, both from yesterday and today, and comparing the two. And really, it's a process. It's teenage kids, and they can be stubborn at times. And it's just being honest about what we need to do to be successful. And it helps when you have success like tonight, playing against a really good team, but playing the right way. And it's one of those fun nights. Everybody plays. Everybody contributes, and it's a real good feeling in the dressing room right now. So success leaves clues, and this leaves a real big one that we can build on for sure.
Well, congratulations on the win, and good luck as you start on the road next week in Edmonton and Red Deer.
Great. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks to Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary for joining us after tonight's game. The Warriors, as I mentioned, will head out to Alberta for games on Tuesday and Wednesday in Edmonton and Red Deer, and then they come home to take on the Portland Winterhawks and then finish up a busy week in Brandon next Saturday. So we'll be back on the air for Friday's game against Portland. You can catch all the action on WHL Live and the pregame and postgame shows on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you for tuning in tonight here on IKS Media Warriors Live.